Today we're going to read another story from our Storyland book here, Walt Disney's Storyland. And this one's Peter Rabbit, adapted from the Sergei Protukov musical. I remember this as a kid. I remember reading this in a different form. We had, I think, like a little golden book of it. Far up in the north of Russia, in a cozy cottage at the edge of a great forest, Peter lived with his grandfather. Peter loved the forest. In summer, he roamed its shady paths, visiting his friends, the wild animals and birds. He loved the forest in winter, too, when a thick blanket of white snow covered the ground and the frozen lake and clung to the topmost branches of the trees. But in winter, Peter could not go into the forest. "Hungry wolves roam about in the winter," his grandfather told him when he caught Peter trying to steal out. "You must wait until you are old enough to hunt them." But Peter was certain he was old enough for anything, and too smart for any wolf right now. So he waited his chance, and when his grandfather dozed, off went Peter. Armed with a coil of rope and his own little wooden gun, down the path he went, ever so quietly, through the gate, across the snowy bridge, and into the white, mysterious winter forest. At first, Peter felt rather cold and lonely, with whiteness and silence on every side. Then, "Hello, Peter," twittered a little voice like a flute, and down flew his old friend Sasha, the bird. "What are you doing alone in the forest in the winter?" asked Sasha. "I'm out to hunt the wolf," said Peter stoutly. "Want to come along?" Sasha did want to. So on they went together. Suddenly, on the snowbank ahead, they saw a great, threatening shadow. Could it be the wolf? As Peter and Sasha stood there, quaking, the shadow moved towards them. And out from behind a tree stepped another old friend of summer, Sonia the duck. "Well, hello, Sonia," grinned Peter. "We're out to hunt the wolf." "Oh," said Sonia. "May I come along?" Well, of course, Peter and Sasha were glad to have Sonia with them. So she fell into line as they started on again. But now, as they marched along, a slinking figure followed them, hidden among the reeds. It was Ivan, the sly cat, who kept hungry eyes on Sonia and Sasha. As they reached a clearing, pounce! Out jumped the cat and sprang at the bird. Only Peter's quick leap saved Sasha from Ivan's jaws. Peter was shocked. "Why, Ivan," he said, "you're a bully." Ivan dropped his head guiltily. "Come on, Sasha," said Peter. "Ivan is sorry. He won't do it again." With a doubtful glance at Ivan, Sasha hopped back into line. So once again, the brave hunters marched on, and suddenly, crunch. A lump of snow broke noisily behind them. The line of little hunters spun about. There was the wolf. Peter made the leap of his life to a low tree branch. Sasha fluttered up beside Peter on the low tree branch. Ivan scrambled up too, but Sonia could not fly. From their hiding places, Peter and Sasha and Ivan anxiously watched Sonia scuttle across the snow with the wolf's breath hot upon her. Sonia disappeared from sight behind a fallen log, and they waited breathlessly with suspense. Then the wolf reappeared alone, and there were duck feathers clinging to his jaw. Poor Sonia. But there was a little time for sadness, for the wolf was snarling below Peter, Ivan, and Sasha. A plan came to Peter. He whispered it to Sasha and Ivan, who twittered and purred their agreement. First, Sasha flew down from his perch and flew back and forth in the face of the wolf until the beast was frantic. Then, down Peter's rope crawled Ivan the cat, inch by inch. Ivan moved closer to where the wolf was battling Sasha. Ivan crept up behind the angry wolf with the loop of rope ready for action. Down went the rope over the wolf's tail. Zing! Ivan pulled the loop tight, and Peter, on the bough above, pulled in the slack. Soon the wolf felt the rope's pull. He reared around, snarling with fresh rage, but Ivan was back on the branch beside Peter, and they were both tugging. They were tugging with every bit of their strength. There they were, Ivan and Peter, up on their tree branch, and there was the wolf snarling and snapping as he swung by his tail in mid-air. Now it was Sasha's turn to fly into action again, for off in the forest sounded a hunter's horn. With a tweet of encouragement to his friends, Sasha flew off toward the sound, in and out among the branches, and he flew until below him he spied 3 stout hunters marching along. What could the little bird do to make them follow him? He tried to imitate the wolf's howl. He sputtered and chirped. Still the hunters did not understand.
"Oh, something must be wrong," said one.
"This little fellow is trying to tell us something,"
agreed the second.
"Let us take a look,"
said the third. So they followed Sasha back to the tree. But what was this? The wolf was snugly bound with the rope, and Peter and Ivan were sitting on him, swinging to and fro. And who was that coming out from behind the log? It was Sonia, safe and sound, though a little wobbly on her feet. And what a gay parade as they entered the village, Sasha and Ivan and Sonia and the 3 hunters carrying the wolf. And at the head of them all, Peter marched proudly. Now even his grandfather had to be impressed, for Peter the hunter and his friends had captured a wolf. Good night.